Chandra all, and welcome to the SCVP Jain School End of Year Virtual Assembly. Please join us as a family for this entertaining and joyful evening run by our students of SCVP. We'll start the evening off with the Navkar mantra, so if you could all sing with me. Namo Arahantanam, Namo Namo, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Namo, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Namo, Namo Uvajayanam, Namo Namo, Namo Loye Savasahunam, Namo Loye Savasahunam, Eso Panchanamokaro, Savapavapanasano, Mangalanam Jasapesim, Padamam Have Mangalam, Padamam Have Mangalam. Thank you, and I'll now pass it to Bakulbai.
Jai Jinendra, everyone. We were extremely Apologies about that. We just got two screens here. We were extremely saddened to hear that our beloved Jyotiben Shah, wife of Kishore Shah, unexpectedly passed away yesterday evening from a heart attack. It has come as a shock to us all to learn that such a beautiful and loving soul is no longer with us. It is indeed a great loss to the community. Now, many of you know Jyotiben Shah well, but for those of you who do not, she was one of the founder teachers of SCVP school over 25 years ago, and she was also the head teacher of the school for many years. She was also the head teacher of the Gujarati school as well. She has great leadership qualities. She was a clear thinker, and everyone respected her views and opinions. But most of all, it was her nature which endeared her to everyone. She made everyone feel very special. She was very caring, a peaceful person, generous, and showed lots of dedication in all the work that she did, especially for SCVP school. Now, despite going through a very difficult last year because of a failed kidney transplant, she always remained very positive and smiling. You never heard her complain once at all about all the difficulties. From my experience of her, she was always very encouraging to all the children who came to the Jain school, and really nothing made her happier than seeing all these children apply our Jain principles in their day-to-day lives. So it is fitting that tonight's assembly should be dedicated in memory of Jyotiben. She would have been very proud of all the children who are performing here tonight. They are also showing the qualities which she had. So before we start the assembly, we would like to all pray that her soul rests in peace and continues its spiritual journey, and that Kishore and family have all the strength to cope with their immense loss. Before we actually start tonight's assembly, Rasila Ben will recite the Ursagaram Stotra in memory of Jyoti.
Please close your eyes and make sure that you pray in your own homes for Jyotiben's soul. Uvasagharam pasam vandami kammagana mukkam visahara visaninasam mangala kallana vasam visahara phulingamantam Kante dare josaya manu tassa gaharoga mari dutta jarajanti uvasamam chitta udure manto tujjapana movi bahufalo hoi naratiri suvijiva पावन्ति न दुःखदोगचम् तूह समत्ते लद्दे चिन्तामणि कप्पपाय वब्बहिये पावन्ति अविखेणं जीवा अयरामरं ठाणम् ईयसन्तु महायस पत्ति पर निब्बरेण हिय एण तादेव दिच्च बोहिं भवे भवे पास जिण चंद तादेव दिच्च बोहिं भवे भवे पास जिण चंद. Thank you.
Jai Chirendra, everyone. As a little child, Yash sat in his father's lap during the adults class lectures, listening to the wisdom of the knowledgeable teachers. Next, 5-year-old Yash entered the school gates one early September day, firmly clutching his father's hand, nervous yet excited, as any child would be on their first day at a new school. He was not sure whether he would like or feel welcome at this new school. What Yash had not anticipated was that 10 years later, he would be graduating from this very school, and it would become very much a part of his life and that of his family too. This was a school which had cultivated in him a lifetime of special experience and learning. It had been a wonderful experience where he developed many friendships and gave him a practical yet value-based education. That child Yash is me, and it is my genuine experience. The Jain School has helped me make better choices in today's competitive and stressful world. This school is Sri Chandana Vidyapith Jain School, run by Virayatan UK for the last 25 years. Sri Chandana Vidyapith Jain School was started by Sadhri Sri Shilapiji Maharaj in 1995 with the spiritual blessings of Pujya Acharya Sri Chandanaji Maharaj. Everyone is connected with the school, as students, as teachers, and as volunteers. We are fortunate to be showered with these blessings for an entire lifetime. Yet the question arises, what is it that distinguishes this school and makes my family and others like us have the energy, the enthusiasm, and the commitment to make this school an important part of our lives? SCVP is renowned for being a family-orientated and welcoming school, and in particular, as non-sectarian. This promotes similarities rather than differences, which people find refreshing.
A child attending SCVP will typically start around the age of 5 and complete their learning when they reach the age of 14 to 15. During this time, they will build and strengthen their faith in our beautiful religion in many ways, in particular, through the practice of selfless giving, love, and compassion, enhancing understanding of our philosophy, and taking part in our festivals. We will start with our youngest class, who are wanting to show us all the learning that they have done. Anamika class has children who are from ages 5 to 6. They are all so cute and are looking forward to showing you what they have been doing with their Friday classes that they attend with smiley faces. They have been really enthusiastic to show you what they have been learning this year. Kian will start the presentation.
Jai Janindra, we are going to show you what we have been doing in an Anamika class this year. We start our class by doing some meditation to help us with concentration and the feeling of calmness and peacefulness. This extends to our homework, where we have to do this either when we wake up or when we are going to bed. Our meditation is on Om. This is a powerful mantra. We start by deep breathing, by breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. Then we do Om, concentrating on our stomach as we say Ah, our throat as we say Ooh, on our forehead as we say, Then we stay silent for 5 seconds. This silence helps us to concentrate with Bhagwan, connect with Bhagwan's silence and love. I will now demonstrate it, and you can join in too.
No.
Thank you, Hyun. Mishika will now let us know what they do after their peaceful meditation and all the peaceful and loving energy that they have produced. Mishika, please, if you can start.
Now we rub our hands and put all that lovely energy through our eyes into our body. Now we rub our hands again, and now we blow all that energy and love to all the living beings in the world.
Thank you, Mishika. This year, the children have been learning about why we pray to Bhagwan, making him our best friend and building on self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-love through value-based teaching. This is done through activities such as stories, artwork, positive self-talk, singing, and dance. In these early years, it's a good time to nurture the love for Bhagwan in the children and to loving themselves. This will enable them to love others too. The children have been encouraged to talk to God through their personal prayer to Him. This makes them closer to Him. Dion will now share his personal prayer with us, which he keeps on his bedroom wall together with many of the activities we have done in class. He sees these each day to remind himself of the beautiful qualities he has inside of him. Dion, if you can start your prayer, please.
Jai Jinendra, dear Bhagwan, thank you for giving me such a beautiful life. Please help me to see all the love in everything. Thank you for blessing me with such lovely family and friends. Please give me strength to keep them happy and look after them. Thank you for the colorful, nutritious food I eat. Please help me to grow strong and healthy. Thank you for blessing me with my senses. Please help me to see, touch, smell, hear, and taste all the beautiful things you have created. Thank you for educating me. Please help me to learn all that is taught to me as best as I can. Please always guide me and show me the right path. Please give me courage, compassion, happiness, good health, and peace. Please help me to be the best son, grandson, brother, and friend that I can be. Please forgive me for mistakes I may make, as I am always learning. I am forever grateful for everything you do for me. Love you always, Dion.
Wow, Dion, that was so touching. Thank you. The children are encouraged to feel the love of Bhagwan within their heart each day. Freya will now show you how we do our simple inner ritual. Freya, if you can start, please.
Jai Jinendra, we have learned that Bhagwan is within us, and feeling his love is how we connect with him. So each lesson we take a small murti of him or a picture and place it on our heart. We then sing a loving prayer to him of love, our thankfulness and gratitude. I love you, I love you, I thank you for everything. I thank you and I'm grateful for everything.
Thank you, Freya. That was beautiful. The children have learnt a number of value-based songs. Niam will now sing I Am the Light using his piano skill.
I am the light, 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 light of my soul. I am beautiful, I am bountiful, I am blessed, I am.
That was amazing, Niam. Thank you. Disya will now sing her beautiful song, Sparkle, Sparkle, Shining Star. Disya, if you can start, please.
Sparkle, sparkle, shining star. Love yourself just as you are. Ever changing, never done. Feeling good and having fun. Sparkle, sparkle, shining star. Love yourself just as you are.
That was really good, Disya. Thank you. Haya and her friends will now sing I've Got Peace in My Soul with Amaya, Ashi, Danaya, Yushan, and Preeni.
I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul.
I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain in my soul.
I've got peace, love and joy like a river. I've got peace, love and joy like a river. I've got peace, love and joy like a river in my soul. I've got peace, love and joy. I've got peace, love and joy like an ocean. I've got peace, love and joy like an ocean. I've got peace, love and joy like an ocean in my soul. I've got peace, love and joy like a fountain. I've got peace, love and joy like a fountain. I've got peace, love and joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got peace, love and joy like a fountain. I've got peace, love and joy like a fountain. I've got peace, love and joy like a fountain in my soul.
Thank you all. That song was absolutely amazing. Well done, Anamika class. That was a lovely presentation. I am sure everyone enjoyed it. We can see that you have been really busy all year. And even though each class has been on Zoom, you have managed to learn so much and have so much fun.
Oh, wow. The children were simply fantastic. So let's go back to young Yash and find out what really made him connect to the school. The syllabus we run at SCVP Jain School is unique. It has been drawn up by Sadhuri Sri Shalapiji Maharaj with the benefit of her experience and her wisdom as she has travelled across the world and seen the challenges of modern life of those living outside India. The progressive syllabus allows children to learn about Bhagwan Mahara's message in a fun and transformative way. We have 6 children's classes and we will give a brief introduction to each.
The first class is Anamika class, and this class has children from ages 5 to 6. The focus of this class is the early identification of being a Jain, and there is an introduction to Jainism, so they will be learning about the 24 Tirthankars, festivals, and basic rituals. They will also be learning about Mahavir Bhagwan.
The second class is Praveshika. Praveshika class involves the topics of encouraging faith in Jain principles, and we build upon the love children feel for Bhagwan Mahavir and all the other Tirthankars by developing an understanding of their qualities, their kalyanaks, and their lives.
The next class is Madhyama 1 and Madhyama 2, and the children in these classes are aged from 9 to 11. They learn about the various aspects of Jain philosophy, and they're also understanding the history of Jainism as a world religion.
The next class is Foundation class for children aged 12 to 13. This class involves understanding and consolidating their knowledge about Jain philosophy, involving topics such as the Nov Tattvas, karma theory, the three jewels, the vows, and other rituals underpinning the Jain philosophy. We also continue to apply Jainism in action by identifying the kashayas, which are anger, greed, ego, and deceit.
And the last class for the children is modular, and this class has children from ages 14 to 15. In these 2 years, the focus of the classes is to have the learning consolidated and the understanding checked through debates and discussions. The students are given projects which they then have to present to their peers. Other areas which are covered include spirituality and faith, comparing religions, now and the future, and Jainism and science.
Now I'm going to one of the older classes of 10 and 11-year-olds, many of whom joined after the experience last year of attending the production classes. I teach in Madhyama 1 class, and the children are always very cheerful and excited to learn. The children have been having fun preparing for the assembly by doing some acting and are eager to showcase what they have learned throughout the year.
Jayananda. This year, we, the students of Madhyama 1, have learned lots about our beautiful religion. We've researched Jain pilgrimage sites in India. We also did above Jatra and learnt about what Pap and Punya is and how we should do acts of Punya all the time. We also learnt about various qualities, happiness, respect, and humility, and how we should practice them all the time. We learnt about the life of Gautam Swami and also about austerities and why we practice them. Most of all, we have focused on building our love for Mahavir Bhagwan so that he is our role model. This we have done by looking at the stories about him and about what he endured. That gives us inspiration to be like him and practice the qualities that he embodied. Our class would like to show you just some of these qualities in a short play.
There once lived a young couple in London whose names were Prem and Pramila. They both worked very long hours and bought a comfortable house to live in and were very happy together. They shared many things and both loved coming to SCVP Jain School on Friday evenings. They longed to have a child, and soon that wish came true. Pramila gave birth to a lovely son. They named him Savan. On the day of his birth, the genie of the magic lamp came to visit the young couple to bestow blessings upon the newborn child.
I shall grant you any wish for your beautiful new son. Ask and it shall be so.
We know what we wish for our son. Yes, we wish great wealth for him. He should want for nothing that money can buy.
Your wish shall be granted.
As Salvan grew older, he had every toy a boy could wish for. His mother and father bought him the latest mobile phone and the newest iPad. He had everything to eat or drink that he desired. And he had all the outfits and sports items imaginable. But no one liked him. He became more selfish and demanding every day.
This is a new tennis racket.
It's so much better than yours.
Can I try it out?
No, you get your own. You're not using mine.
Can I see your new mobile? It looks so cool.
Yes, it's an iPhone. You're not having it. I don't want it damaged.
Later that day at home.
Better, come and eat your dinner. Mom has made kimchi for you.
I'm not eating that. Call that food. I refuse to eat unless you make me pani puri. I really want that.
Oh, Mahavibhagwan, where have we gone wrong as parents? Time passed. And soon Pramila gave birth to a second child, a daughter. They named her Swati. Again, on the day of her birth, Genie of the Lamp visited the blessed parents and said,
I shall grant you any wish for your beautiful new daughter. Ask and it shall be so. But remember to choose wisely.
We know what we wish for our daughter. Yes, we wish that she should have a great talent and become famous in the land.
Your wish shall be granted.
As Swati grew, she became a wonderful singer and dancer and performed energetic Bollywood songs and dances in front of large audiences at shows. But no one liked her. She'd become boastful and big-headed.
Who cares if I'm late for the performance? They'll wait. I am much more important than they are, and I have to get my hair just right. Do you think that this necklace really goes with my outfit? Yes, I think it does. Oh, what would you know? You're no talent at all when it comes to dressing.
A little later. My dearest Swati, Mrs. Patel next door was asking whether you could help her young daughter to learn to dance. She has to do an item at the school assembly and is so nervous because she is not good at dancing. Would that be okay?
Why should I help her? Don't they realize how valuable my time is? It's not my problem she's such a bad dancer. Let them find a tutor for her. I'm certainly not helping her. She's so bad.
Oh dear, where did we go wrong?
As time went on, Rem and Pramila put up with their unbearable children until one day Pramila gave birth to a third child, a daughter. They named her. On the day of her birth, again, the genie of the lamp visited Prem and Pramila and said, I shall grant you any wish for your beautiful new daughter. Ask and it shall be so. But remember to choose wisely.
We know what we wish for our daughter. We have learned by our mistakes with Southern Swati. We wish that she should be the most loving person in the whole world.
Your wish shall be granted. As Arati grew, she became such a loving child that her parents loved her dearly in return. She loved animals and nature and all the people she met. Everyone loved her.
Hello, Mr. Patel. You must be tired. Let me carry your shopping home for you. I can then take your dog for a walk. It's no bother, really. I'm going to meet my friend at the park anyways.
Oh, thank you. That would be a great help. Here are some kaju katri, which were prepared for you, but I think you deserve them more.
Oh, thank you. See you later. So yummy.
What a wonderful child she is.
Later that evening.
Daddy, I feel so sad at seeing what has happened to all the people in these poor countries with COVID. I will give my pocket money to help them, but that is not going to be enough. Is there some way I can help more? Perhaps raise some money with the help of my friends at school. Instead of watching television, I will spend my time to do some jobs which will help others. I will also ask them to donate towards people in need. Is that okay with you?
Of course it is, my child. You are so thoughtful. As long as you tell me what you are doing and take care, I will support you in your good cause.
We hope that our play has shown you that it is not the things that someone owns or the talents that they possess that makes them a nice person to be around. It is their good qualities that count. We all have good qualities like
love and compassion,
humility and appreciation,
Forgiveness,
Contentment and generosity.
and we should show them every day. Jade and Indra.
Well done. They acted this out really wonderfully. Well done, class. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit more about SCVP. At SCVP, we have many different activities through which the children of different ages can learn the art of giving. We give children opportunities to nurture selfless giving by participating in various community activities. One such activity is visiting care homes and talking to the elderly residents there. In fact, during lockdown, our children visited the care homes virtually during Christmas and sang beautiful Christmas carols for the residents and the staff, as they were not allowed to see any of their loved ones because of COVID. The children made residents and the hard-working care home staff very joyful and happy and delighted. Two of the other very popular activities are tree planting and taking part in walks organized by SCVP and Young Janes to connect with nature. We have more walks organized for the year and we'll give you information at the end so you too can join us. We also run midterm camps for children who can't come to Friday school, thus ensuring that the school is accessible to all, and we also run classes around the time of pollution to give those who do not attend SCVP schools an opportunity to learn about Mavi program and his life values.
Praveshika was one of my favorite classes when I was a young, enthusiastic child, because I developed magnificent friendships with my teachers, such that I could not wait for each Friday evening to arrive. Let us now see what the energetic children from Praveshika class have been doing. Devansh, please can you start?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the presentation of Praveshika class. Our age range is from 7 to 9 years old. We are a group of 21 children, and our teachers are Vishnaben, Harshnaben, Jignaben, and we also have a youth teacher, Ria, who all make our class very interesting, interactive, and fun.
I would like to call Ria to share what we have been learning in class this year.
Thank you, Devansh. This year, our class has learned a lot of topics, and I'm going to share with you some of them. The first topic was soon after pollution, and we looked at the importance of forgiveness. I now invite Fiona to share her recipe of forgiveness.
Recipe of forgiveness. The ingredients for the recipe of forgiveness are 1 cup of kindness, 1 cup of feelings, 1 forgetful heart, and 4 teaspoons of courage. Please note that this recipe serves 1 hurt. Double the ingredients as required. This recipe pairs well with prayers for the person who has wronged. To make this recipe, mix all the ingredients well and remember that love keeps no record of the wrongs. I would like to ask for forgiveness from everyone who I have hurt knowingly or unknowingly, and forgive everyone who has hurt me knowingly or unknowingly. Forgiveness is the glue that holds the relationships together.
Thank you, Fiona. That was lovely. We also learned about 3 of our Tirthankars, Neminath Bhagwan, Mahavir Bhagwan, Parshvanath Bhagwan, and related to stories from their lives. We looked at their qualities and how the children can imbibe them in their lives. Urmi will now share with us one of the homeworks she had done.
Mahavir Bhagwan had these qualities and how I have used it for myself. Mahavir Bhagwan was very brave, and this has helped me overcome with my fear of spiders. He was also a caring and helpful person, and this has inspired me to help other people and care for the environment.
In the first term, we covered compassion in action by looking at the lives of Neminath Bhagwan and Sri Acharyaji Channaji. We learned about how we can be compassionate with people around us, towards animals, and even the environment. Navya will now share with us how she practiced the quality of compassion for a whole week.
On Monday, I was being there for somebody who was sad. On Tuesday, I helped somebody in my workshop. On Wednesday, I spoke to a lonely girl. On Thursday, I gave somebody a compliment. On Friday, I helped the dinner lady to put out the lunches. On Saturday, I was smiling and making kind new friends. On Sunday, I said hi to my neighbor.
That was amazing, Navya. During this term, we had a virtual visit to the Derasar where we learned the basic rituals to be followed. Krish created a beautiful model of the Derasar and he will now talk about it.
Jai Jinesh, welcome to the Derasar that I have made from recycled styrofoam. We enjoyed making it over the midterm holidays. As we go in, you will see a bell which we ring to show our happiness to be in the Derasar. I have placed 3 Bhagwans. Bhagwan, Mahavir Bhagwan and Adinath Bhagwan. On the Bandal there is Kitali, Darpan, mirror and a fan. I have done 2 satyos on 2 stools as this is one of our auspicious symbols that we use in puja. A derasar always completes with a flag, so I made one on top. I hope you enjoyed this short visit to derasar. Thank you.
Thank you, Krish. Wow, that really did feel real. We have also been learning the Loga Sutra, and our class will now, some of the children will now share this with you. Over to you.
sa ijo agri tamatitiare jine rihante kita isam jovi sampi kevali.
Usabamajiam tra vande sambhavamabhinandanam tra sumayim tra paumapaham supasam jinam tra chandapaham vande.
Saviyam cha puffedantam sielasijan savasu pujam cha vimlamanantam jajinan dhammam santem cha vandami.
Kuntum aram chamalim vande muni suvayam namijinam cha vandami rittanenim vasam ta vardamanam cha.
Evam e apitwa bihuyaraya malapehina jaramarana jovi sampijinavara teterami pasyantu.
Yeti avandia mahia je elokas uttamaseta aruka bohilabam samahivara muttavam dentu.
Chandesu nemalera aiche soyam payasera sagaravara gambira siddha siddhim mama desantu siddha siddhim mama desantu.
Thank you to all my friends who have recited the Logos. I hope you all have enjoyed it. This term we have learnt about the 5 Kalyanaks, which are the 5 stages that each of our Tirthanka Bhagwan experiences. These are Garb Kalyanak, Janma Kalyanak, Diksha Kalyanak, Avanan Kalyanak, and Moksha Kalyanak. My friends will now sing a song which explains all these 5 Kalyanaks.
A man for the people, a man whose love is true. May this man for all the people help me love others too.
There's a child in the street, gives joy to all he meets, full of life with many friends, works and plays till daylight ends.
There's a man for all the people, a man whose love is true. May this man for all the people help me love others too.
There's a preacher in a crowd, shouts to men all out loud. Leave your worries and your fears, come along and work with me. There's a man for the people, a man whose love is true. May this man for all the people help me love others too.
There's a sage in the street, all the belongings he doesn't need, full of love and compassion. God is always in his vision.
There's a man for all the people, a man whose love is true. May this man for all the people help me love others too. There's a voice inside my heart saying we are never apart. I am bringing you God's peace and your joy will never cease. There's a man for all the people, a man whose love is true. May this man for all the people help me love others too.
Thank you to all of my friends for such a beautiful song. We are grateful to all of our teachers who have taught us so many interesting topics during the year and have made all of our classes enjoyable. We look forward to our Friday class every week. And finally, a big thank you to you all for listening to us. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, Prabeshika class. That presentation was absolutely amazing. Another thing that is unique and innovative is that SCVP encourages participation by children in our Jain festivals. This helps develop their understanding of the importance of these festivals. At our Diwali event, we all celebrate the importance of the light of knowledge showered on us by Bhagwan Mahavir, thus developing devotion and love for Bhagwan Mahavir. And conducting the Gnan Pacham festival each year allows children and adults to learn about the importance of knowledge and respecting knowledge. And every year we do Samayak and Pratikraman, which teaches children and adults about the importance of forgiveness and how to practice the art of being in the present moment. 2 weeks back, we had our Samayak event led by children aged 7 to 13, coming to the Sutta class, which is additional to our other classes. They beautifully recited the prayers and explained the meaning of each prayer, and all of this using Zoom technology. Pratikraman each year is delivered uniquely in English in association with Navnat and Oshwal communities.
No, learning.
And it's not just the younger children, but the older children who are inspired as well. Children who have graduated from the school become youth teachers, and something wonderful happens when a community of children can actively support and help each other. I enjoy teaching the young children, and it allows me to improve my own knowledge, and it's an opportunity to give back to the school as well. Next, Mirav, the youth teacher in Madhyama 2 class, will tell us what the children have learned in their class. These children have developed great friendship between themselves, including the new students who have joined in the past year.
Jai Janendra, thank you for the introduction. Madhyama 2's main aim is to encourage faith in the Jain principles such as ahimsa and the teachings of Bhagwan Mahavir, relating them to the students' day-to-day life. This year, we have taught topics such as Jain history and the life stories of Tirthankars and Acharyas in detail. The children have the opportunity to learn prayers such as the Logos and the Nomotanam. As you can see, we've used a number of learning techniques. Our main focus has been on developing presentation skills and presenting as a group and individually. Our children have chosen to showcase their learning about our key principles. Our first group, consisting of Neil, Karv, Yuvraj, and Krishay, will be presenting their understanding of ahimsa. This poem is by Krishay. Ahimsa is the principle of non-violence through your thoughts, actions, and what you say. Harming people and animals alike is wrong. It is not the way. If you see an animal, however small, may you refrain from harming and respect them all. Souls they have like you and me. Always let them live and be.
Hopefully, none of us go around deliberately hurting others physically. But what we learn in our class is that violence is caused not only because of our actions, but also through our speech and through our thoughts.
Yes, we need to be fully aware of our speech. It's so easy to hurt someone's feelings in so many ways through speech, such as laughing at someone and making them feel small, gossiping, calling people names, and even by using violent words.
True. Thinking about this, we were making fun of that new boy Alex last week, and he looked quite upset. So I guess you're saying we should think carefully before we speak. I'll go to Alex and ask for forgiveness.
Yes, we need to be extremely careful in what we say, and our words should never harm or hurt others, but always be sweet and loving.
Sure, I can do that. I have lots of self-control. I will not say anything even though I'm angry.
But you, Raj, do you really mean that?
Yes, good point. Not sure if I would really mean it underneath.
Well, then that's still a problem then. Even if you're good at controlling your speech, your thoughts are just as powerful as your actions. Let me tell you about the example of Prasanna Chandra, which we learnt about in class.
Oh yes, I know this story. Prasanna Chandra Muni was a Jain monk who is renowned for his penance, for instance, withstanding the extreme cold. One day he heard that his son, who was a king, was being attacked by the neighboring kings. He got so annoyed that he started waging a war in his mind. Bhagwan Mahavir said that if Prasanna Chandra died at that moment, he would have gone to hell. This story shows that even having bad thoughts is a form of violence, and thoughts are very difficult to control. They are like the unruly horse who controls us rather than us controlling them.
You are so right about that. Let me work hard on controlling my thoughts. Thank you, Bob and Neil, for teaching me that I should not just be aware of my actions, but also my speech and thoughts if I want to be non-violent. Then I'll be making progress.
We hope this small skit has given you some food for thought on how violence is done. Let us now find out how we can lead our lives so as to minimize violence.
I will now recite Game Misa Vajive, which really tells us how we should live our life with ahimsa being at its core. Game Misa Vajive, Sabve Jiva Kamantume, Mitti Me Sava Boesu, Vera Machanake.
I will now say its meaning in English. I forgive all living beings. May all living beings forgive me. I have friendship with all and hatred of no one. Thank you for listening.
Next, we have Anushri, Pia, Pooja, and Yashvi explaining the importance of asteya, non-stealing.
One day, Anushri and Pooja were in the maths class, feeling a bit nervous as they had a test.
Turn over your test paper now. You have 10 minutes to answer them. Off you go.
Anushri turns around and whispers to Pooja.
Oh, these questions are so hard. Pooja's really good at math. Pooja, can I copy your answers?
No, I can't help you. It's a test.
Anushri is frustrated and starts copying Pooja's work. At the end of the lesson,
Hold up, kids. It's break time. Your scores will be given to you shortly. Please, can I have your test papers? Thank you.
the students have now come back from their break.
Welcome back, students. The class did well in the test, but I still feel that there is space for improvement. Let me hand out your test papers. Here you go, Pooja, Anushri, and Pia.
Yes, I got 100%.
What? I got 0% and Pooja got 100%. We both had the same answers.
Well, Anushri, that's because you cheated.
Anushri starts to feel guilty about what she did.
I am now going to tell you a story. A couple of years ago, there was a boy who cheated throughout the year, using his friend's work to complete his assignments. He did well in all his grades, but what happened when it came to his exams? He failed miserably. Unfortunately, in the end, he became out to be very poor due to his bad habits of cheating. He was even unable to get enough money to even get a roof over his head. One day, he bumped into one of his classmates whose work he cheated. He saw how well he was doing in life. He was jealous as his friend owned one of the biggest companies in the world. The boy then realized that if he hadn't cheated all those years ago, he too could have succeeded in life.
I don't want to end up like him, Pooja. I'm sorry for copying you in the test.
But there's more. I heard a story once where a man stole a laptop, but then he felt so ashamed that he hid the laptop so no one could find out he'd stolen it. But the most valuable lesson learned was that when you steal something, whether a thing or someone else's piece of work, it loses its value. Only the rightful owner can enjoy the fruits of their hard work.
I completely understand now that cheating is wrong. I'll never do it again. And if I need help, I'll ask for help.
That's fine, Anushree. I can help you as long as you try your best.
But Pooja, wouldn't that mean that Anushree might get a higher mark?
Yes, that might be the case, but in the end, it depends on how hard I work in the test. So we will all be successful by helping each other.
Bhagwan Mahavir once said,
We all have immense capability to make an effort and create a difference. But not using this energy is stealing. So always try your best in everything. Thank you for listening to us today.
Why is it important to tell the truth? Aryan, Krish, Manav, Rahul, and Sid can tell us about Satya.
I am growing old and in need of a worthy successor for my kingdom. I shall use my love of nature to craft a test to identify my successor. Citizens, I want all of you to take a seed from this basket and come back here in a year's time with the plant you have managed to grow.
The excited citizens lined up and collected a seed to take home to sow.
It's been a few months now, and my seed is not sprouting, even though I watered it daily. You just replaced it in a warm and well-lit area. But it has been to no avail. I've even stopped talking to my seed. What else can I do?
Almost 12 months passed, and it is time for all of us to go back to the Emperor with the fruits of our labor. I am so excited, and I cannot wait to exhibit my beautiful and eye-catching plant. The Emperor is sure to notice me. I am sure to be the next successor. I've waited all my life for such an opportunity. I'm so ambitious. The Emperor will never find out I grew a different seed.
I must keep my plant well guarded and away from the eyes of the other citizens. Even though I didn't grow the seed that he gave me, the Emperor is sure to be pleased with this plant, which has still required hard work and care. How embarrassing would it be to present nothing?
12 months are over, and tomorrow we shall see what my loyal citizens present to me.
I feel so ashamed that I've not managed to grow anything. What will I take seed for tomorrow? They go at all with empty hands. Even the seed itself is disintegrated. No, I shall go. I've tried my very best, and this is all I can present. Surely what matters is how good I've tried. I will not deceive the Emperor.
The next morning, all the citizens gathered in the main hall in the town with their plants. Each individual showed their plant to the emperor.
Look, Your Highness, the seed that you gave me has turned into this beautiful and abundant plant.
In this way, each and every citizen boasted about their plants.
I am so sorry, Your Highness. I have nothing to show you. Even the seed you gave me has become rotten.
The emperor smiled.
I have found the successor to my throne. The seeds I had given you were hard-boiled. Nothing could have grown from them. So I am curious how everyone else has managed to grow these flowers. For my successor, I was looking for a character who was flawless, honest, and brave. How can I appoint any of you as successors? An emperor cannot deceive his citizens, or there will be chaos and lawlessness in the empire. Only Manav had the courage and integrity to present the true result without any deceit.
From this short story, we can learn the importance of honesty. It can be tempting to follow the wrong path to make yourself look good. When faced with difficult dilemmas, we should always practice honesty rather than deceit.
I will now recite a poem. As beautiful babies, when we are born, God showers us with a complete self, loving family and all, but leaves our deepest element to our accord. The virtue of conscience, he says, you will shape thy own. At times, it may get tempting to be a tad bit dishonest, to make things easy, until we reach the low and meet our inner self. Then we bring ourselves on the right paths again. To prevent a mistake from turning into a failure, know what is right is not always easy. Being honest might not win you a lot of friends, but be sure to have the ones that make life serene and breezy. Honesty, my dearest ethic, you are as virtuous as a mountain high. Being honest is like following God's and Buddha Dharma's footsteps, for the greatest souls don't lie.
Thank you, Sid. That was a wonderful poem. Vidayathan runs an annual volunteer program for 15 to 22-year-olds who spend 2 weeks in India doing seva by instilling the values of appreciation and giving selflessly. They become more spiritually aware through spending time with Acharya Shriji and the Sadhvijis. This program is open to all, and I would highly recommend this to all teenagers who wish to give back to our society in a spectacular community. Next, I would like to introduce you to a young girl called Rajvi. Rajvi joins Anamika class every Friday evening, all the way from India, which is around 1 a.m. for her. Wow, what a wonderful commitment. We will now see Rajvi sing the song, The World Needs Your Smile.
Hi, I am Rajvi Doshi. I am from India. The world needs your smile to remind everyone we are young to be happy. So smile and happen. The world needs your smile. So smile all day through. Watch the whole world smile back at you. Bye, Jai Jindal.
Wow, Rajvi, that was absolutely beautiful. We are now going to see the foundation class. At this stage, the children are really showing understanding and practice of what they have been learning, as we will now see. Rishabh, their youth teacher, will introduce the class.
Hello, I'm Jay Janendra. My name is Rishabh, and I am the youth teacher supporting the delivery of the lessons to the foundation class. This year, the foundation class have been taught the theory and applications of Jain philosophy, particularly the process behind the binding of karmas, the different types of karmas, and the actions that lead to binding such karmas with tied to core Jain principles to help reduce said binding. Today, the students will share their own understanding of what they have learnt by applying it to the life of Mahatma Gandhi.
Jai Jinendra. My name is Killam. Jainism describes 8 main types of karmas. 4 that affect the qualities of the soul, and 4 that determine the life we will have. All souls have 4 main qualities: infinite bliss, infinite perception, infinite knowledge, and infinite energy. But we are not able to experience these experiences fully because of our karmas. Let us get a synopsis from my friends. I will now pass on to Viraj, who will talk about Darshan Mahanya Karma.
Mahanya Karma changes the bliss quality of the soul so that we are never continuously peaceful. It is called the king of karmas as it is the gateway through which all other karmas enter and are bound to the soul. Mahanya karmas are divided into two main types, Darshana and Charitra. Darshana Mahanya karma results in wrong faith or a lack of faith in any one religion. We get confused about our own nature and think that we are the body and not the soul. We forget that our own actions result in what we experience in life. An example of this is when someone gets really drunk and does not know what they are doing or saying. Our actions and behavior then reflect such belief. This is Charita Mahanya Karma. Our passions, anger, ego, deceit, and greed, together with our likes and dislikes, influence our behavior, and we are unable to implement the 5 main Jain principles: ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, and aparigraha. Such actions, together with a lack of firm faith in the soul and doubts about karmas and one particular spiritual path, further bind Mahanya Karma. Rohan will now talk about how Mahanya Karma applied to Gandhiji.
Gandhiji was spiritual from a very young age, and in his later years he continued to grow spiritually through his relationship with and respect for Srimad Rajendra, to whom he posed all his questions about his own faith. Dialogue with Srimad helped him solidify his belief in Hinduism, and as he read the Gita, he started questioning and reflecting on his own life and behavior. As he says, the Gita became an infallible guide of conduct. His understandings of the nature of the soul and his very strong faith impacted the changes he brought in his life and underpinned the cultivation of the principles of ahimsa, satya, aparigraha, and brahmacharya. Gandhiji's whole life and actions are an example of a soul who strived to develop spiritually and change his conduct, a sign of a soul working to reduce further binding of Mahanya Karma. Now I will hand over to Mihir.
Why do some people have a sharp perception and grasp and learn easily, while others find it more difficult? This is because of the amount of karmas obscuring the soul's quality of perception, darshan, and knowledge, gnan. They vary from person to person, and they are two sides of the same coin. Darshan or perception helps one to be aware and increase our powers of intuition and clarity of vision through the 5 senses and the mind. An example of this is when Acharyaji was setting up Viraitan in Bihar. They needed to find a source of water to dig in the dry land. However, the engineers did not know where to dig. But Daima just simply walked around, stopped at a place, and asked them to dig. And guess what? They found the source of water. Gnan is knowledge, the ability to search for information, then read this, understand it, and be able to apply it. Kevognan is when the soul's quality of darshan and gnan are not covered by karmas. Then one can know how the whole universe operates. These qualities are obscured when one ridicules learned people, teachings, or sacred texts, disrespects knowledge and remains idle, obstructs others in the path of learning and positive activities, or does not want to share what one knows with others. I will now pass on to Pranaya.
Gandhiji was very intelligent and did well at school, even though he could not put much effort because he helped to take care of his ill father. He went to college in India and was sent to the UK to study law. In the UK, he was intelligent enough to sit the bar exams at a time hardly anyone when other than white British were allowed access to the bar. Mahatma Gandhi had clarity of vision on a wide range of things. He could clearly perceive unfairness in society, racism, and inequality where others did not. Not only did he have clarity of what was happening in society, he also had clarity in his approach to overcoming these problems. And he was motivated to do something about it. The first novel that Gandhiji read was the novel Unto This Last by John Ruskin, a book that not only did he grasp and understand easily, but one that also influenced his approach to social and economic issues.
We just saw how motivated Gandhiji was. Whatever he believed in, he worked to put this into practice. How many of us have wanted to do something but never actually done it? This is when the will is there, but the action never gets done. Motivation and ability to act on what one wants to do comes from the energy quality of the soul. Antara karmas are karmas that obstruct this quality of the soul, and therefore we are not motivated and can become lazy. Antara karma is accumulated when we are reluctant to do positive actions and also when we obstruct others doing something positive in their lives. For example, seva, charity, giving your time or money, penance, spiritual activities, helping others in different ways, or providing happiness to others. As we've already noted, Gandhiji was very motivated, and therefore the energy quality of his soul was not obscured as much as most of us. Everything he read and agreed with, he strived to change his life accordingly. This quote is very apt to how he lived his life. Now let's hear from Tanishka and Sanvi as to how he put some of the Jain principles into practice.
Thank you. Ahimsa and Satya by Tanishka and Sanvi. How many of us think ill of other people and sometimes fight with them? How many of you have complimented a friend when in your mind you actually think the opposite? Ahimsa is the core foundation of Jainism and all the other vows. All other vows are incorporated within Ahimsa. When you lie, even in your thoughts, you sully your soul. What makes Jainism unique from most other faiths? The doctrine of nonviolence is important in all religions, but is of the utmost importance in Jainism. While in other religions, the term only encompasses action. In Jainism, you can be violent or lie by thoughts and words. Jainism tells us not to injure or lie to any living being, ask others to do so, or even approve of such activities. But following these vows requires discipline and courage. Our anger, greed, ego, and deceit, and fear, and rule our senses and mind. I'll now pass on to Sanvi.
Gandhiji considered ahimsa to be the power of Godhead within us. Gandhi was influenced by the Jain explanation of non-violence and truth. He also believed that only if one is humble can one be non-violent. The principle of truthfulness has always been instilled in Gandhiji's life, even when he was a young child. One day, when he was at school, an inspector had come whilst they were doing a spelling test. At one point, his teacher subtly nudged him to correct a misspelled word by glancing at another student's work. However, Gandhiji knew that was dishonest, so he didn't cheat. Even in such simple things, Gandhiji's values were fixed into his mind, and it remained that way for every situation. Gandhiji strongly believed that ahimsa is the means and truth is the end. Satyagraha was a protest based on the path of truthfulness and non-violence. The Champaran movement was India's first civil disobedience movement based on non-violence. The peasants in Champaran were made to grow indigo without payment. Because of fear, they obliged. Gandhiji taught them skills, helped remove fear, and fought in courts for the injustice. He successfully implemented the rule of non-violence in the struggle for independence. The Satyagraha movement influenced Martin Luther King as well as Nelson Mandela. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. Mahatma Gandhi. To believe in something and not to live it is dishonest. Mahatma Gandhi.
Hopefully, you now realize just how great a person Mahatma Gandhi was. His autobiography shows us the lengths at which he changed his life in accordance to his beliefs. This is truly inspiring. In class, we have applied our understanding of the gurmas that affect the qualities of the soul to Mahatma Gandhi's life and hope this has been helpful to you. Viraj talked about Mahonya gurmas being known as the king of gurmas. It is the cause of Agati gurmas too, the 4 gurmas that determine the type of life we have. So, to reduce binding further gurmas, we really need to reduce anger by forgiveness, greed by charity, ego by humility, and deceit by becoming straightforward. Thank you for listening to us tonight.
Thank you, Rupali, and thank you, class, for your wonderful presentation. We hope you have enjoyed listening to all of our children this evening, sharing all that they have learnt, seeing why they think this school is so special. There was innovation in learning and teaching at every turn, which we saw so beautifully displayed by our youngest group of children. The teaching methods used by our teachers are innovative and apt for the different age groups. For older children, we have presentations, projects, mind maps, and we address subjects such as modern science, which could challenge their faith. For younger children, we have stories, we have interactive learning, so skits, arts and crafts, songs and music, which brings vitality and variety and ensures that children are the first to be ready at home to join the class. Even during the last year, when classes have been virtual, we have continued to be innovative, as you saw this evening. They are all so talented, and it's clear that they have really taken to hear the messages of Bhagwan Mahavir and are showing great faith and love in him. I think we should all unmute now and give them a big show of thanks for all of their efforts. Thank you to all of the teachers and the youth teachers for their tireless and selfless work, which they put in week after week. The teachers feel that all the children in SCVP are their own children, and we can feel this when we are in class with them.
We would also like to give a huge thank you to the committee run by Navin Bhai for all the effort they put towards making sure the classes run smoothly each week. It is because of them the school is able to host all the amazing events each year. The work they put in for SCVP is not going unnoticed. Now a few parents would like to say some things, so I'll pass it to Chintan Bhai and Anjali Ben.
Jai Jinendra. I was asked to say a few words about SCVP. We as a family have been attending the school ever since our kids were 5 or 6 years old, which is around 7-ish years now. It has become a weekly fixture that the kids do not want to miss, which in itself says what a great job the teachers are doing. They teach in a fun way, and it is a privilege to have access to something like this. The children learn about our culture and religion in a practical way. The school challenges the children to think for themselves, have a positive debate on the various concepts of Jainism and how they can use them in their day-to-day life. We have just seen an example of all that in the presentations today. Another great thing is that the adults also get a chance to learn through the adult classes. I would urge everyone to take full advantage of this. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you. Now we'll have Kayur Bhai and Ginjal Ben.
Jai Jinendra, everyone. It was about 3 years ago, our children, Sid and Navya, joined SCVP. Ever since then, SCVP's teachers, with the blessings from Puja Taima, have shaped the best years in the lives of our children. Week after week, they have not only learned deeply meaningful sutras at the school, but they have also seen remarkable, we have also seen remarkable improvement, in their moral values and how they perceive about their own religion. So thank you so much, SCVP.
This would have not been possible without the teachers, and also not forgetting our wonderful youth teachers. Each and every one of you continue to bring the best in our children through teaching, most importantly, and through your patience, kindness, and compassion, which make you all the perfect role models for our children and for us too. Thank you so much, all the teachers. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you so much. Now we'll have Bindal Ben and Nilesh Bhai.
Hi there, Jai Jinendra. As a parent first, I'd like to thank all the teachers at SCVP Jain School for their dedication, their time, having our children every Friday. What a wonderful presentation. I was so impressed. Mit joined this class actually as a tester class during Paryushan, and then he pushed me to join the classes because he really enjoyed them. He enjoys every Friday, and without fail, he'll force me to switch it on for him and take part in the class, and always looking forward to it. In fact, doing this class has not only improved his concentration at school, his behavior, his just general kindness, everything. And he actually practices all the principles at home too, which is quite nice to see. In fact, we as a family have actually learned a lot about Jainism, and it's thanks to the school. And I would really thoroughly want to take this opportunity to thank all the teachers, actually everyone behind this scene, to make this happen for our children. And we look forward to more classes in the future, and we're really proud of you all. Thank you.
Thank you all for the lovely words. Now we're going to hear the Manglik from some children in Anamika. So Rian, Savir and Ishani.
Chetavi Mangalam, Arihanda Mangalam, Sita Mangalam, Sahu Mangalam, Kavali Panato Demo Mangalam. Chetavi Logutama, Arihanda Logutama, Sita Logutama, Sahu Logutama, Kevali Panato Damo Logutamo. Siddhari Sharanam Pavajami, Siddesh Arihante Sharanam Pavajami, Siddesh Sharanam Pavajami, Sahu Sharanam Pavajami, Kevali Panatam Damam Sharanam Pavajami. Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra, everyone. I guess after that performance we just saw, there is no need to ask. I hope you're having a good evening. What an amazing evening, and a fitting grand finale to a very unusual year we have had. We had over 70 children participating in the live event today, and none of it was pre-recorded. All the children, teachers, and parents have worked incredibly hard in a very short time to showcase what they have learned during the year, and that too in such a wonderful manner. Last year, after we entered into the lockdown and had to cease all face-to-face classes, it was a challenge to think how to continue delivering the kids and adult classes. As they say, there is an opportunity in every adversity. Our teachers and students rose magnificently to the challenge and adapted quickly to the new way of teaching and learning. In fact, for some of the teachers, it was a steep learning curve to deliver lessons online, as kids are generally quite tech savvy. But adapt they did. And not only the classes continued, but they thrived, as seen by the quality of the events throughout the year, right from the Sutra recitals in Paryushan, Gyan Pacham, Samayik, and Diwali program, to name a few. A huge thank you also is due to our youth teachers, who have helped the teachers throughout the year and it is so heartwarming to see how they have matured and taken on their responsibilities seriously and delivered. I hope they have learned valuable life skills in the process. And let us not forget our formidable tech team behind the scene who seamlessly weave together these events. None of this would be possible without their expertise. So on behalf of the trustees and committee of Virayathan and SCVP UK, I offer our utmost gratitude to the tireless work the teachers and the students have put in with tremendous support from the parents. Thank you all very much. Just before we conclude the evening, I'd like to make a few announcements about the forthcoming events. Paryushan event and Pratikaman in English, as we do every year. Pre-Paryushan event for children towards the end of August. And there are forest walks organized during the summer. We will keep you posted about all these events through the usual channels. So watch this space. School reopens again on 17th of September. So tell all your friends and family about the school and ask them to join you in the new year. I wish you all a fantastic summer. Stay healthy and positive. Jai Jinendra everyone, and see you next year.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra. Jai Jinendra. Jai Jinendra. Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra. कारुण्य भावेन रक्ष रक्ष जिनेश्वर रक्ष रक्ष जिनेश्वर रक्ष रक्ष शांतिनाथ रतन रूपाणु शांतिनाथ शांतिनाथ रतन रूपाणु शांति पमाडे वो स्मरण हुफाणु शांति पमाडे वो स्मरण हुफाणु शांतिनाथ शांतिनाथ रतन रूपाणु शांतिनाथ शांतिनाथ रतन रूपाणु वत्सल वदननु तेज निराळु वत्सल वदननु तेज निराळु करवे मारे नित्य आराधना जिन राज करवे मारे नित्य आराधना ले जो स्वीकारे वे अधूरी उपासना ले जो स्वीकारे एवी अधूरी उपासना बल जो निरंतर शरण तमारू बल जो निरंतर शरण तमारू शांतिनाथ शांतिनाथ रतन रूपाणु शांति पमाडे वो स्मरण हुपाळु शांति पमाडे वो स्मरण हुपाळु शांतिनाथ शांतिनाथ रतन रूपाणु शांतिनाथ शांतिनाथ रतन रूपाणु शांतिनाथ शांतिनाथ रतन रूपाणु